What's going on, YouTubers and yugitubers? It's Xaldin here, the magicianmaster100 here, and I'm going to show you my spellcaster deck. So here we go. The deck changed a little, so you probably know some changes. So anyway, 2 effect fillers, good for negating abilities, and a good tuner monster. Here's the difference. 2 end emotions, it can only be special... Actually, it can be special summoned, but an awesome way to do it is remove 6 counters from Citadel, and when he's special summoned by his effect, you can bring back 1 spell card from your grave to your hand. Now remember, folks, people are going to try to screw you over and saying that his ability can work when he's special summoned. No, that's not how it works. If he was special from Citadel, by removing 6 counters from Citadel, then you can use his ability of bringing back 1 spell card from your grave to your hand. But the effect of destroying other cards by discarding a spell card, it works any time, even though he wasn't special summoned from Citadel. One of my favorite tuner monsters, Knight's End Sorcerer. When he's special summoned, you can automatically remove 2 spell cards. Excuse me. Up to 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard from play. Now remember, it's only work when he's special summoned, not when he's summoned. Yeah, it can be any kind of special summon from the hand, deck, or the remove from play zone. If he was special summoned from, and if he's face down, like for example, Apprentice Magician, then his ability won't go off. Now here's no difference. 3 magical exemplars. One's holographic and 2 are commons. I'm going to find another common version, because I like commons than holographics, and yeah. Anyway, thanks to her ability, when a spell card is activated, she gains 2 spell counters. And also, and of course, she has no limit, to let you all know. Also, and one more thing, she doesn't gain attack points either. Also, you can move any amount of counters from her to special summon 1 spellcaster from either your graveyard or your hand, as long as it's the same level as the monster. It's like a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, but different. 2 Apprentice Magicians, 2 All Vindictive, 2 Crusaders of End Emotion, 2 Trickies, 2 Arcane Apprentices. I had this card for either a deck shuffle and the fact that I like having level 2 tuners by my side more closer to me, because the fact that it'll help me synchro summon for Arcanite a lot faster, or Explosive, or Tempest a lot faster, or if I need to exceed summon for level 2, like Gachi for example, I'll have that all ready. And finally, 1 Alchemist of the Black Spell. The reason why I have this card in my deck right now is to hang on to it for now until I get another Crusader of End Emotion. Because Crusaders are much better than Alchemists, trust me. He can, don't have to waste another normal summon for him to be used as effect. However, unlike Alchemist, Crusader gains attack points, and his attack points are more stronger, kind of like its bead stick. Now for the next card, the spell cards. Not 1, not 2, but 3 spell paragraphs. Definitely need this if you're running a spell counter deck. If you don't have this for your spell counter deck, then there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry, but there's probably something wrong with you. Anyway, just in case if you don't know what it does, you place 1 spell counter on 1 card in your side of the field as long as it gains a spell counter, and then you can search your deck for another spell paragraph from your deck to your hand. Now remember, folks, if your opponent already has a spell paragraph in their hand, then they can't draw another one. There's a ruling about spell paragraphs. That's one of them. And here's my newest card in the deck. 2 Wonder Wands. One of my favorite equipped spell cards. And of course, it's a spellcaster's best friend, of course. Of course, we already know what it does, so yeah. 2 Miracle Synchro Fusions. 2 Magical Citadels. One of the key cards of the spell counter deck. 1 Sorcerer's Revealing Light, a staple card. Same goes for Pot of Avarice. And finally, Monster Reborn. And now for the traps. 2 Wabukus. And here's a new difference to the deck. Well, not really a new difference. I'll explain later. 2 Pitch Black Power Stones. I know I used to run 3, but now I'm running 2. And now here's the staples. Well, one of them not really a staple, but anyway, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Hidden Book Spells. The reason why I have Hidden Book Spells is for a combo I do a lot. It'll help you do the processing all over again. Here's how it works. It works for these. That's why I have it. Or just in case of the last resort, I need a certain spell card back in my graveyard to my deck, I'll have this near me. Then, of course, it will go really well with Hidden Book Spells decks. Anyway, you have 2 spell paragraphs in your graveyard, and you have only 1 spell paragraph in your hand. And, of course, you want to keep the processing going, like draw another spell paragraph. Here's what you do. You have this face down. Do not activate it until you are done activating this card. You activate it, bring the 2 spell paragraphs back to your deck, shuffle your deck, then activate spell paragraphs, and then you'll be able to do the process all over again. Not a bad combo. Give me a quick second, folks. Okay. 1 Trap Stun, good for negating traps. And 1 Call the Haunted. Well, that's the deck. Now, for the extra deck. 2 Explosive Magicians. Kind of like a Breaker the Magical Warrior, except a little bit on steroids, and of course he needs 2 spell counters. And of course he doesn't gain any spell counters, just to let you know. He only removes other spell counters on the field, on your side of the field, of course. 3 Tempest Magicians. I read more closely about Tempest Magician, and the thing about her is that she only gives spell counters to monsters only that can gain a spell counter. Monsters only. If someone plays a Tempest and after that tries to put a spell counter on a, for example, Pitch Black Power Stone or Citadel, then they're trying to screw you over. Big time. They're just trying to screw you over. So watch out for that. You know, people will do anything to screw people over. So, like I said, monsters only. And finally, my favorite card, 3 Arcanite Magicians. I've already shown you combinations, what you can do with him, and what you can do with this card. But anyway, like I said, Arcanite has a lot of more potential than that. You don't really have to do the whole defense position and blow up 2 counters. Unless you want to be lazy, sorry for my foul language, but if you want to be lazy asses, be my guest. But if you want to show true potential to Arcanite Magician, check out my other videos, and yeah. And finally, my second favorite card, Supreme Arcanite Magician. Similar to Arcanite Magician, except that he lets you draw at the same time, and he blows up cards on the field. The original one, blow up card on your opponent's side of the field, not your side of the field. For example, your opponent gave you a Lava Golem, you don't like it, you can use Supreme Arcanite Magician's ability, get rid of that Lava Golem. Well, that's my vid. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and leave more suggestions down below. And also, what was I going to say? Oh yes, if you have, tell me what you think, and leave any recommendations down below. Oh, also, if you want, I did made a Miracle Arcanum Magician deck, but of course it didn't work out. I got completely raped in local tournaments. And of course I didn't do so well in the regional because that was one of the reasons why. And of course the deck wasn't even close to being done. So, yeah. So, leave suggestions, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.